Three Cincinnati Bengals players that will be watching the draft very closely to see what the future holds for them. And number one is our guards. I think that's not even a question. There's no one who will be watching this draft closer than the guards currently on our squad, Cordell Volson and Cody Ford. Because that's our starters right now. Our starting left and right guard is Cordell Volson at left and Cody Ford at right. That's number one. Number two, I think we'll be watching the draft very closely, would be Joseph Asai / Miles Murphy. Because we're going to take an edge rusher. We're going to take defensive linemen. And those guys, Joseph Asai has been actually pretty good, but Miles Murphy has been underperforming. And, at the end of the day, you're going to want to keep trying to make Miles Murphy better because he was a first-round pick and you put a lot of capital into him. But at some point, you're going to look at it as, okay, we have to play this smart and logical, right? And at the end of the day, you put the best player you can out there. So that's who I would say. I would say our guards, our defensive linemen, 1A, 1B there. And last but not least is Jermaine Pratt. That's also another really big player. If we do not trade Jermaine Pratt, which I think we will on draft night, but if we don't, then Jermaine Pratt will be the final guy who is going to be looked at and really, really, really should be watching this draft closely. Because we got Oren Burks. We also signed another linebacker for the Patriots, but that's beside the point. But then you got 1A, 1B there. And then if you draft somebody with Moma Jungmita also looking really good last year, now you're starting to really get into that groove of, okay, we have a good amount of guys here who are on the squad. The odd man out is the guy who requested to be traded. And that, of course, being Jermaine Pratt. So, if Jermaine Pratt doesn't look that good, Al might just say, hey, listen, we love you, Jermaine, but at the end of the day, we're going to put the best guy out there. So, those are the guys I would say. Tell me down below who you would say personally. You could even say Jermaine Burton. Obviously, if we draft a receiver, we probably won't, but if we did draft a receiver, could be him. All right, first guy, Cordell Volson. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Like I said, that's probably that's the main set. Cordell Volson and Cody Ford. They have to be watching this draft saying, the Bengals took a guard in the second round. My job might be gone. As a starter, at least. Not as a backup, because both of them, contract-wise, is very nice. And both of them, according to Scott Peters, he does see a lot of potential in Cordell Volson. And Frank Pollock was not good. So, I do want to I want to hold back my judgment until I see Cordell Volson under new management. Okay, that's all I'll say. Once I see him on Scott Peters, and I see how good or bad he is, then I'm going to, give that perspective. But even then, I want to wait a year. Like, I'm not going to give a judgment until after this year. I want a whole year with Scott Peters on Cordell Volson. Then I'll give my judgment. But right now, even if we start the season off, and I hope there is no circumstance where Cordell Volson's our starting guard. But if he was, even if he started off slow, I'm not going to be too upset until the year ends. Number 2, Jermaine Pratt. Yep. Yes, sirksy. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's a situation, and it says here that he was a cut candidate. He requested a trade. Jermaine Pratt, again, I do love him as a person. I love him as a human being, but as a player, he has a lot of limitations. And, there's a good chance we take Jihad Campbell in the first round. Good chance we take a linebacker. We might take Jalen Walker if he's available. That's going to be kind of spell an end to the future of Jermaine Pratt for us. And if we can trade him and get some other draft capital in the draft, we're going to do it. And if we take Jihad Campbell first round, Well, there's a good chance we might trade, Jermaine Pratt later on day 2 or day 3. Get some extra picks. Chase Brown, I disagree with greatly. So, obviously, yes, if we do go ahead and draft another running back, that's going to, give us 4 running backs in the running back room. But I think Chase Brown is solidified as our starting running back no matter what. Like, he would have to lose the job himself. The guy, if you want to say, if we draft a running back, Zach Moss and Samaje Perine are the guys that I would say need to start, really looking into it and thinking. Because Zach Moss has had that neck injury, obviously couldn't play last year because of it. Samaje Perine, I love him, right? Absolutely amazing. He's my guy. Love that he's back. But again, it's not like, you're going to probably take him over a young, fresh rookie who, if he looks good in preseason, you might want him. Because, again, he might be explosive. Chase Brown is young. He's going to get better and better as the year goes on, as the career goes on. Chase Brown has nothing to worry about in any way. Zach Moss and Perine are the guys to look at. So I disagree with this article. 2 out of 3 I agree with, but the last one, Chase Brown, I don't think is right. I think Chase Brown is not going to have to worry about this draft, even if we take a running back. He can just sit back, chill, relax, and be okay. Now, if we take a running back like in the second round, he'll definitely split carries with Chase Brown. But that means, again, like Samaje or Zach Moss, you're fired. Like, that's just kind of how it is. I don't think we're going to have 4 running backs going into this year. The only reason why we have done that in the past 4 running backs, because usually Travion Williams is really good on special teams, or Chris Evans was good on special teams. So if you're good on special teams, there's a chance we have 4 running backs. But that's not because, like, you have 4 running backs, to have them as actual running backs. You're utilizing them in different ways. So definitely tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one.